The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, TGIF, thank God it's Friday, and what a Friday it is, and we're so glad to have you aboard with us. Thank you for being with us. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour, and we're going to be here for a whole full hour, and this whole full hour will contain information and all kinds of great things to talk about, and we always include you in as well. And we've got so many things to talk about today. We want you in on the action. We'll tell you how to do that. First of all, we want to thank our friends who have been with us for all of these years since the beginning. Thank you so much for being so faithful and coming in each week. As, of course, we would like to greet our people who are possibly new to this show. I want to tell you what the show is all about. As I said, we're here every Friday at this time. Now, those of you may be in different time zones, and we understand that. So we want you to look at your clock, see what it says there, because whatever it says on your clock, that's what time we come in your area each week. Now, we're coming to you live from New York City. That's where we originate. And so with that being said, we want you to know that all of the things that we have for you are going to be, of course, between all of us. Now, a lot of people are going to be coming in, and we want you to get a chance to talk all your family and friends about the show. And as a matter of fact, we come on 3 different places, all right? And we come on live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, for those of you who are watching for the first time, anytime you want at this particular time, and this goes for anyone who's watching right now, you know, you could be part of the show. And by doing that, all you have to do is use your keyboard on your computer, on your cell phone, or on your tablet, or any other device that you may use to communicate with us or watch us. You can use your fingers, let them do the walking and stroke those keyboards. Say anything that you want to say. I will see you right there on the big screen. And of course, I will acknowledge all of your thoughts and ideas. That's what the show is all about. Free exchange of opinions and ideas. You have a lot of them. We want to know about it. And we're going to be here, and you got plenty of time to do that. We're going to be here for, as I said, a whole full hour. And of course, those of you who are watching us for the first time, particularly if you're watching on Facebook, take the time to tag your friends. You could tag this show right now to your friends, right? It's just a matter of getting the platform, cut and pasting it, and sending it out, right? And we advise you to do as many as you want. You know, if you can't do them all, because a lot of you have so many friends that you can't get them all in at one time, maybe you can do this. Maybe this week you can get a few in, next week another few, next week. You keep going until you get them all in. We can do that too. All right, so take your best shot. Pick your best friends first and bring them out here and let them know that we're out here. And when they see that information, which is, of course, that tag coming from you, they'll know it's from you. All they have to do is click onto that tag, and it automatically brings them here to us. They'll see you, they'll see me, and everybody else here. Yes, I said everybody else because not only can you communicate with me, but you can communicate with others who may be in the room as well. And we'll all strike up a conversation. We made a lot of friends here, you know, doing this media. A lot of friends have come in, and we got to know each other, and you can be part of that action too, because remember that you are just as important as the people who have been here for all of these years with us. You know, you're no less important than them. And so you're here and you're automatically in. Just as simple as that. Now, for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, as I said, we're coming on 3 different places: Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You're watching us on YouTube. Well, we want you to take the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right? If you haven't done that thus far, please get a chance. Do it right now. It takes no effort. All you have to do is drag your mouse over to where that arrow points to subscribe. It's there. It's bordered in black and it's white lettering. It says subscribe, and all you have to do is click on it. And that takes care of everything. Simple as that. And there's no financial charges or anything like that. It's all for free. It's all a matter of you being proactive and clicking on and becoming a member just like that. You can't get that a lot anywhere else but here. All right. So we advise you to do that right now. So please take the opportunity to do that. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, you don't need to do too much. All you have to do is just keep the word percolating. Let your family and friends and relatives know about us and bring them on the line. Now, you can do something similar as the people of Facebook. You know, they do the tagging, right? And the similar thing is cutting and pasting the platform that you're watching us on now, whether it's Instagram or it's YouTube. It doesn't matter. Cut and paste, send it out to as many friends as possible, and they'll see that coming from you, and they'll click onto it, and it brings them right to where you are. Simple as that. All right. So everybody gets a chance, and everybody gets opportunity, right? And we want to give everyone else an opportunity. And by the way, if they like what they see, if they like what they hear, of course, they'll keep coming back again and again and again, just like you, because that's what we want. And the reason why we would like you guys who subscribe to us on YouTube to do that, because we want to see how many people are actually out there, how many people are actually following us. We keep a record of that. And that does us a lot. It helps us a lot more than you know. Not only that, it gives you the opportunity to know that now that you have clicked on and subscribed, from here on in, every time we come on the air live and you're not there, but you happen to be online, you'll see an instant notification. It'll pop right up, and that will remind you, wow, the show is right on the air. And all you have to do is click onto that instant notification, and it's right there. Now, even when we're not on the air and you happen to be online and you see that pop up, well, you know there's something going on, right? So there's an activity going on the YouTube channel, and for you to find out what that is, all you have to do is click onto it, and it brings you right there. Now, we want even all of you guys, no matter where you watch us, whether you watch us on Facebook or Instagram, get the opportunity as often as you can. Get to know our Facebook. You know Facebook, but get to know our YouTube channel. Please get familiar with that. That's very important, you know, because that's one of our key outlets in our platforms, and we want you to get familiar with that. Even if you watch it on Facebook or on Instagram, it doesn't matter. But take the opportunity to go there and even subscribe to us. You know, if you don't want to watch us on YouTube, you know, that's okay, as long as you watch us, wherever you're watching us. But, you know, take the time to go there and subscribe to us, even if you don't watch us there. And because occasionally you might want to watch us from there. You know, let's say, for instance, if Facebook have a technical problem, you can always go over to YouTube, because you're a member there now, right? And that will get you there, no problem. So I thank God that we have like 3 different platforms you could form us. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, we want you to know that later on, right throughout the program, we've got other things that we have to do in conjunction with interacting with you. Just a few minutes from now, within this half hour of this hour, we're going to call on Brian Camp. Now, Brian comes out of Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, and he's our sports guy, and he's going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. The name of his show is called Sports Update. We look forward to that, because there's a lot of things that he's going to be talking about, baseball and all of the other great things that are happening or that will be happening in the future of sports. Got that all coming from you. So that's coming up in just a few minutes. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube and Facebook, you get to see him live right there on the screen as he comes in. And you can ask any question that you want that's sports related, and he'll have the answer for you. Now, for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, we don't get the luxury of actually seeing him, but you can hear him. And that's the only difference, but you can still ask questions as well. We'll see you right there. We'll find out what it is. We'll relay it to him if he doesn't see it, and we'll get the answers for you. So that's coming up later on in the program as well. And before the program is over, also, we have those movies for you that we talk about each week. We do that because each week we go into our our places where we research the movies and find out what are the best movies to watch for your weekend, because the weekend is coming up. And for those of you who are at work right now, well, it doesn't start for you until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it's all free for all, right? All right, so all of that is coming up. So that's what we have going on. Remember that all of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or any other social media outlet or broadcast facility. So getting that out of the way, let's do what we do best. Let's lift our cups, raise them, because it's the coffee hour. And besides, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee, right? So excuse me while I shoot up. Nothing like that first jolt of the day. And you could have yours with a little bagel, whatever, or donuts or whatever it is that you have, but whatever you do, enjoy it with us. We want to thank you guys for being along with us. You're watching us on one of the platforms that we have. I see Mary Reed out of Brooklyn, New York is out there this morning. We'll say hello, good morning to her. Thank you, Mary, for being along with us. And we hope that the rest of you guys will come in and get a chance to and the opportunity to chat with us. And if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, we would love for you to give us your weather forecast. All right. That's one of the things that we like to talk about, too. All right. Everybody's from different places. All right. You may be on the other side of the world or other side of the country or someplace, maybe even next door. I don't know. Everyone has a different weather forecast. Now, we don't expect you to give a full-blown broadcaster's weather forecast, which I'm going to about to do for you. Just give us some kind of information, because I love comparing notes with the weather that I have here, where I'm coming from, and the weather that you have over there. Now, you can do something like give us a little emoji, or just type in whatever degrees you have presently and what you expect later on during the day, things like that. Even a little emoji, whether it's a cloud emoji or a sun emoji, I get the idea. All right. And, but that's only if you are someplace else other than New York City, because if you're from New York City, you don't have to do that, because I'm going to take care of that myself. But for the rest of you, give us a little weather forecast, and we really would appreciate that. Well, here we are going towards the end of April, and that's going to wrap it up. When we come back next week, we're going to be in a brand new month. As a matter of fact, we're going to be in the second day of a brand new month, in the merry, merry month of May. What is it that they say? April showers bring May flowers. Well, some of those days we had showers, but if you look out your window, you'll see the budding of the trees right now. And Mother Nature is being so kind to us, and it looks very beautiful. And some of you guys live in an area where you're living near cherry blossoms, right? Those little pink blossoms that blossom out on your trees. And they look beautiful. They're coming out, they're on their way, and people are looking forward to it. And the other thing that people are looking forward to is a great summer. All right, we're in the spring mode right now. And so, and the weather is looking good, and depending on where you are, it could be super warm, or moderately warm, or just plain mild but nice, right? It depends on where you are. But we're going to be looking to a lot of people are going to be looking to the summer months, because there's a lot of things you're going to want to be doing, like outdoor backyard barbecues and bringing friends over and having a good time. The holidays within the summer times coming up. We look for the 4th of July and then Labor Day that follows that later on. But we don't want to rush ourselves, because we're just getting started right now. All right, with the nice weather. So we want to slowly savor the moment of all of the things that are about to come. All right, so that's where we are. And so again, it's the last part of April, and we hope everything is doing well on your end. Now, this month, we're not celebrating anything that's important in April. Sometimes you celebrate a holiday or some kind of event that goes on. We didn't find anything this month, of course, unless you know something about you can relate to us. But so we're not celebrating anything in particular, but we do want to acknowledge one thing that we like to talk about. This is the month of National Alcohol Awareness. All right. And so it doesn't have to be a particular part or a particular month where you actually celebrate, even though it is, and not celebrate. I hate to use that word in this case, celebration, but acknowledgement. And we acknowledge that. You can acknowledge that all of the time, but this is a month that's set aside for this, and we would like you to know about it. Now, if you or a loved one or someone that you know personally that's under that umbrella and you need help, you're seeking help, well, I have a number, and it may be a number that will actually get you started, and then they may have to pass you on to someone else. But the key is getting the help that you need. All right. And that number, if you're ready for it, number is 866-927-0484. Okay, that's 866-927-0484. And you can call that number, and I'm pretty sure with a number like that, you'd be able to talk to a live human being, because, you know, in this day and age, everything is right there on recorded messages, and you have to go through channels and things like that. And but in a case like this, I'm pretty sure you can talk to someone that's actually there, right there, waiting to help you if you need the help. And of course, you already know that alcohol is a serious disease. Alcoholism is a very serious disease, and people are seeking help every day. And if you're one of them, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone has a fault. Everyone has a fault, not necessarily alcohol, but everyone has a fault. And so one of the things that you may want to clear up, if you actually genuinely want to clean up the act, you know, use that number and get help. There's all kinds of help for people like that, like this AA, and for families who are coping with people who are under the influence of alcohol all the time. There's Allan, and you take this number and they can get in touch. You can get in touch, or they can get you in touch with people so you can talk to them about it too. Right? So let me give you that number one more time. You ready? It's 866-927-0484. That's 866-927-0484. And give it a shot and help someone. Be a crusader, you know, if you will, if you're there. If you were once under there and you were cured of it and never went back to it, you could be a crusader and help other people. You may not think so, because a lot of people say, you know, look, I've been there. Who am I to talk about? Who am I to talk about it to other people? You are the person that should talk about it to other people, because you've been there and you know what it's like, and you could tell the story. So please do that. So that's what we are talking about today. And this is for the last time we'll be talking about this, the National Alcohol Awareness Fund. Okay. We already know that the news was already saturated this week because the passing of Pope Francis. He passed away Monday, early this week, what they call Easter Monday, you know, the day after Easter Sunday. And he passed away at the age of 88 years old. And it's already in the news. People, news reporters, and everyone filing up. People all over the world took the trip over to the Vatican to see him, to say goodbye, show their last respects. And they have done that. At one point, they were supposed to close it down after midnight. But people were coming in. I don't know if they did it last night. I didn't check it out. But I know the night before, for the overnight period, people were filing in. They kept it open all night. And I would assume all day today, you know, they will be showing their respects. People are going over there showing their respects. And the lines are long. They wait like for 5 hours on the outside, I'm told. And then once they get in, it's another hour before they actually get a chance to get close to view the body. But they're at the Vatican, and this will be the last day for the viewing. Tomorrow is going to be the day where it's going to be the funeral. The funeral is going to take place. And of course, people will be all over the world trying to do that, get involved with that. And I'm pretty sure you won't miss it, because all of the channels, all of the networks, the news channels will probably be covering it, and you check it out then. So if you can't actually be there at the Vatican in Italy, you could always check it out on TV. So you say your last goodbyes, your last respect, okay? And that's what we got going. If you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to be with you up until we already chewed up a lot of time already, but at the end of the hour, that's what we're going to like call it quits for the day and head off for the weekend, right? That's what we're going to do. But I thank you guys for being here, and I want you guys to stay with us. And again, give us your weather forecast if you have. If you want to indulge in conversation, Mary, you don't have to do that. I tell you why, because you live in New York, and so I am going to take care of all of that right now. I am going to take care of the New York weather, and I'm going to do that right now. So, but the rest of you who may be somewhere else other than New York City, take the opportunity right now and give us your weather forecast, okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give you our weather forecast right now. As a matter of fact, as we speak, we have some pretty good weather. We have some pretty good weather. It's 66 degrees right now in New York City. That's what we have right now. And the weather's not going to be bad for the weekend. If you're headed outdoors, it's not going to be that bad. Not the greatest in the world, but it's better than nothing. So here's how we start things right now. Okay. We've got partly cloudy skies this morning, then becoming cloudy during the afternoon. We'll have a high 74 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so there's no rain in the forecast. But when you get over to tonight, it's going to be cloudy skies with periods of rain late, and we'll have a low around 59 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 100%. Rainfall around a half of an inch. So, but then again, when we head for Saturday, showers early, then scattered thunderstorms developing late in the day, and sun may come in and out during the day. We'll have a high 74 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. And for Saturday, it will be cloudy to mostly cloudy skies with scattered thunderstorms before midnight. We'll have a low 51, and winds will be west-northwest at 10, 15 miles per hour, chance of rain 50%. Then when we go to Sunday, as we wrap it up for the weekend and get ready to head back to the workplace, it's going to be overcast skies, and we'll have a high near 60 degrees. Winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Repeating our current temperature, we have 66 degrees outdoors, and let's deal with it the best way we can. We're also going to deal with Brian Camp. Brian Camp is here with us right now, and he's going to bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports update. And if you have any sports questions, sports-related questions, please let us know what it is. And I think we kind of lost it. We lost the connection a bit. Okay, we're going to wait till he comes back. We're going to wait till he comes back. I think we lost connection somewhere. All right. Anyway, until he comes back, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to be here, as I said, for the balance of the program. And of course, so we want you to stay along with us. If you have any questions about the show, please feel free. Give us your weather forecast, by the way. We would love to have the weather forecast, and let us know what it's like in your area as far as the weather goes. So we're going to wait for that connection to come along with Brian. Hopefully he'll get back soon. If you're there, let me see if we can find him. Let's see if we can find him somewhere. Right. I think we kind of lost the connection. That happens every now and then. That happens every now and then. We lost the connection. Okay. Brian, if you're listening, try to get back with us, connect with us once again. I don't know. He'll connect. He'll always do. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, join the coffee hour. Let's, I'm going to take another drag of this. All right. How about that? That's delicious. Okay. Waiting for him to connect. Okay. He's not back with us. Maybe he's having a big technical problem with that. But if he's having a technical problem, and if we can't get him back, then we have a little sports coverage we're going to get to you. We'll give him just a few more minutes for now and see what comes up. Okay. Still waiting. Still waiting. Twiddling thumbs, getting things going. Twiddling thumbs. I don't know. All right. Okay. Hey, Brian, are you under the sound of my voice anywhere? Are you under the sound of my voice anywhere? Let's see if we can get back and connect with each other. Okay. Uh, let's see. Don't see it. Don't see it. Okay. Well, since I don't see him, well, I guess we'll have to do sports ourselves. See what we got. Give him another few minutes. Another few minutes. Anyway, while we're waiting for him, we'll see. We'll wait for him. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, all weekend long we talked about the Pope. It's an important thing. As I said, if you're just joining us, we were talking about the Pope, and you know, he already passed away at the age of 88 years old, and so the funeral will be marked tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, in the Vatican in Italy, and a lot of people come all over the place, all over the world to check it out, and so. They're going to bury him, you know, directly after that. So there's a lot of things going on. Okay, I guess Brian is not going to be coming back in. I guess he's not coming back in. We lost him. I don't know what happened. I guess he's not going to be coming back in. So we're going to take time and do sports ourselves. And at least we'll do a couple of them. If he bounces back in, we'll just pass it over to him and see what happens. Okay. All right, in sports, Colin Blackwell was hoping for another crack at the playoffs when he signed with Dallas, the Stars, as a free agent last summer. And this is the sixth team in the 7 NHL seasons. And he had only been in the preseason or the postseason one time after that. And after being a healthy scratch for the Stars playoff opener, he got the shot at the change, and he changed the scene on the first round series among Colorado with the overtime goal of 4-3 win at the second game on Monday night. And Blackwell only previously played off experience was a 7-game series with Toronto in the first round toss and Tampa Bay 3 years ago. And Stars coach Pete DeBoer talked to Blackwell when he didn't play in game one. Okay, we got that sports out of the scene. And let's see, did Brian, we'll keep checking and see if Brian come back. Otherwise, we'll go to the next one. Did he come back? No, he didn't come back. Okay, he didn't come back. He didn't come back. Okay, we'll go to the next sports item and see what we got. As Olympic gold medalist and Champions League winner, Altham Schwartz was one of the top goal keepers of the women's soccer. And she believed that the career ended early because clubs were reluctant to sign her and sign any player with children. The goalkeeper announced her retirement in the March, 3 months after her contract ended with Kansas City Current in the National Women's Soccer League in U.S. And Schwartz said that she felt that she could have played another 1 or 2 years after the highest level, and that she believed that being mother was the main reason that they didn't take her. And Schwartz said the top clubs only offered her the role in the third choice. Okay. All right. So we lingered as much as we can, but now Brian is here. Now Brian is here. Okay. We don't know what happened, but he may repeat what I just said and even bring us back to to more sports. Okay. We connected with him. We did.
Yeah, I'm here.
Here he is, finally. And
Hi.
well, I don't know what happened.
I was on standby. I was standby here with the basketball, waiting to come on. But I ain't. But I didn't get nothing. You see, I got now. You saying why I got a Brooklyn Dodger jersey on, and a cap. Well, today at the school is Jersey Day, so
Oh,
I wanted to celebrate Jackie Robinson. So I wear his number 42. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not a Dodger fan. I can't stand the Dodgers. I'm a San Francisco Giant fan, but I have to give honor and to Jack, the great Jackie Robinson, got my Brooklyn Dodger cap on, number 42 with my whistle. That's for the kiddies and everything. So yeah, I'm here representing. But yeah, I was here. I'm here. I'm waiting everything. How far did you get?
I only did a couple of items. I
Oh,
only did a
okay.
couple of items. I did. Well, I'll tell you the stories that I did. I don't know. You can repeat them if you want, but there was a story that I did on Colin Blackwell and Olympia champion Almut Schmidt.
Schmidt.
Yeah, she's a
Um.
she was Olympic champion. She was a gold medalist who played soccer.
Okay.
Colin Blackwell
Okay.
for the hockey league, National Hockey League.
Okay. All right. Well, she's a woman, yeah, of course. I mean, she played
Yeah,
hockey. Okay. Well,
yeah.
thank you. I appreciate you running that story. But let me give you my story. Is that you know about the draft that's here, the NFL draft? Shador Sanders did not make it to the first rounds. A lot of buzzing going around social media. They're talking about it. They're saying, oh, it's something to do with Deion Sanders. They're not too happy with that and everything. They hating on Dion and they're trying to get back at his son. Possibility, true, but this is the world that we live in. So it is what it is. But that draft is going on until Saturday. It's going to be on ESPN. It didn't start yet, but it's going to start soon. And let me tell you about the other feature story in baseball. Since we are in baseball season and baseball mode, Ryan Howard and San Diego Padres, the manager, Mike Schmidt, announced that their plans to join the Negro League to pitch for the future in bringing greater awareness to the legacy of the Negro with a museum expansion. They're going to expand it. Negro League Baseball Museum President Bob Kendrick said that he hoped to raise $30 million to complete the project. Now, interested that the Negro League has grew, it spiked in larger part of baseball inclusion of the video game. Now, I'm a video game fanatic. I know some of you are out there. I get on my PlayStation, and I be playing the show. It's called the show, the MLB show, and it has all the black Negro League players, and they got the Babe Ruth, they got the Ty Cobb, the Hank Aaron, the Willie Mays, all these here great players from the past. Now, that is a record of more than 23,000, excuse me, 2,300 players that were incorporated in last year's into Major League Baseball statistics. Now, what happened was with that, they never acknowledged the Negro League players and their statistics. So now they incorporated it. That raised a whole lot of eyebrows. There was a lot of racist stuff that went on. I mean, we're still living in a society where people just refuse to acknowledge what happened in 1947. That's why I wear this jersey to let people know, yes, people of color are here to stay in the major leagues, not only with blacks, but our Latin brothers and sisters and the Asian brothers and sisters as well too. We represent. So this is where we are. Now, the museum was founded in a tiny little room office space in 1990 that attracted 70,000 visitors each year. More importantly, when Major League Baseball players come into Kansas City, because that's where it's at, the visiting team comes in every time and visit the museum. So congratulations to Major League Baseball, who's been falling on hard times lately. They have. Let's call it like what we see it. So, but this day in sports, very, very quickly, April 25th, on this day in 1876, Chicago Cubs' first National League game defeated Louisville 4-0, 4-0, and it was the first shutout too. 1950, Chuck Cooper is the first African American to be drafted in the NBA. 1974, the NFL moves the goalposts and adopts sudden death playoff, which means that if you're in a playoff game, um, the first person that scores wins. But they changed that in recent years as well. Also, they moved the goalpost back 10 yards. 1980, Billy Martin is restrained by umpires from attempted to have a fight with a fan. That's Billy Martin. Yep. May he rest in peace. But Billy Martin was always a fighter. He'll fight anybody. 1981, Seattle Mariners manager Maury Wills suspended for 2 games after ordering the Kingdom grounds crew to enlarge the batter's box by 1 foot. He got in trouble for that. You can't change the rules of baseball while it has to be taken up by the board of executives, but he did it on his own. Birthdays today: 1962, Adam Silver, NBA commissioner and lawyer, was born in Rye, New York. 1965, Mark Bryant, NBA forward center, born in Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Darren Woodson was born in 1969, NFL safety, three-time Super Bowl champion, was born in Phoenix, Arizona. And 1976, happy birthday to Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental, they call it, NBA forward, Hall of Famer, five-time NBA champion, was born in Christianity, U.S. Virgin Islands. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a two-part sports edition with me and Frank Allen.
Two-part sports. Yeah, I know. I mean, mine didn't count. That's your thing. Mine didn't count. But I don't know what the problem was. Maybe I had a technical, or maybe I did something on this side, or I'm not going to blame anyone. But I'm glad that you did it. So that ball that you're holding there, that reminds me of the old ABA, but the ABA ball was red and white,
No, the old
white and blue,
ABA ball is red, white, and blue.
red, white, and blue, right?
Yes. This
So
ball is not really a basketball. It's a miniature basketball for the little kiddies, because it's too heavy for them to lift up the ball, and they want me to pick them up, and they could shoot the ball. No, this is for them. This is a little teeny little ball. It's not a big basketball. Big basketball I got over here in the corner here. So this is a little one.
well, that one looks uh, like a medicine ball that you see in a gym.
Oh
You
no.
know,
Oh
one of
no.
those medicine balls, and
Mhm.
one of those medicine, but they're heavy balls. They're heavy, and if you hit someone with it, if they don't catch it, they may hurt themselves. That's
And
what
then
that.
when you and then and after you finish with that medicine ball, when you catch a regular ball, it feels so light.
Yeah,
It's so light.
yeah,
I remember those medicine balls. So
yeah.
yeah,
I still work out with them once in a while. Not as often, but you used to get a partner in the gym, and you toss the ball to each other, right?
that's it.
And you toss it as hard as you can,
Mhm.
and you aim for their stomach, and sometimes you let the ball hit your stomach because that's a good way of, I guess, losing the gut a little bit. All right.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right.
is there anything else before you go? Because I know you got to get back going.
Yeah, Charlotte, North Carolina is 69 degrees, going up to 78, but it's going to be cloudy all day today. Cloudy. So,
So,
I'm going to try a new recipe today, this weekend. It's called a tuna pasta casserole, a tuna pasta salad.
tuna pasta salad. Wow,
Yeah,
sounds good.
it's,
I'm
it's
hungry
getting
already.
warmer, so I'm going to
Yeah,
try something new.
yeah, and it's a healthy way to eat too. It's the
Yes.
same. All right, Brian. We'll catch you back here next week then.
All right. Is anybody out there that I'm familiar with? Is out there? Is Mary out?
Mary is out there.
Okay. Hi,
Uh,
Mary.
she's out there. Well, that's right. You can't see because you're on a different device today.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
I want to
Yeah,
say hi to Mary and to everybody else out there,
yeah.
who where we live stream from. We just want to say hi and enjoy your weekend. Be safe and enjoy the weather wherever you may be.
Okay. All right. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
Take care. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he's always kind to bring us that information with us so we could move along in sports. Sorry about that technical difficulty that we had, but they have happens every now and then. And well, what can you say? But I would like to thank you guys for being with us. And the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And we're going to be around with you for the remaining of the hour. We want you to tell your friends about it. Give them the little time that we have. Let them experience the opportunity by coming in. And you can do that by, if you're on Facebook, you can bring them in by tagging them. And they'll see the tag. They'll click onto that tag and it brings them directly to us. And for you guys who are watching us on YouTube, you can do something similar, as well as the people on Instagram. Cut and paste the platform that you're watching us on and send it to your friends. They'll click onto it and it brings them right to where you are, and they can see all of us together. We can all have a good chat together. And remember, if you're going to get involved in conversation with us, give us your weather forecast, if you would. That would be great. We would look forward to that. That would be a marvelous thing. Okay, so here we are. And thank you once again for being with us. You guys are so very kind to be with us each week, and we really appreciate your patronage and your time each week. And those of you who are gathered around the water cooler, get away, stop talking about what happened last night. Okay. Allan Ruck, fresh off of HBO Succession, has been cast in an upcoming horror thriller, Corporate Retreat. He's joined the ensemble, also includes Rosanna Arquette and Ashton Sanders. Rucker portrayed Connor Roy of the Emmy-winning Succession, for which the show cast twice, won the SAG Award for Outstanding Performance by an Ensemble in a Drama Series. Ruck himself was nominated for a Golden Globe as well as Primetime Emmy for his performance in Succession, and he's also known for his role in films like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Speed, Twister, and a television series called Spin City. Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and Miles Caton, seemed unstoppable at the domestic box office over the past 2 weeks, earning the title of the year's most profitable premiere at last week's unseated Captain America Brave and New World as the highest grossing film of 2025 so far. And though it's still doing big numbers at the box office, grossing $41.3 million in its third week of release, Warner Brothers' big screen video game adaptation has already been unseated by a powerful new foe. Sinners Ryan Coogler's blood-soaked new historical vampire thriller staked its at the top of the box office last week with a $45.6 million premiere. Sinza knows how to get down. The singer almost took a fall during the opening night at her grand national tour, which she is co-headlining with Kendrick Lamar last Saturday at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. A video showed that Zinza attempted choreography with her dancer as she performed the Diamond Boy from her album of 2024 album, Lana. When the singer lifted her leg and draped it over the dancer's thigh, the dancer stumbled and nearly dropped her. And Zinza she leaned into the dance move with her arm around the dancer's shoulder. Thankfully, she stepped forward and caught herself before falling on the stage. She quickly recovered after a beat, and the two continued dancing as if nothing happened. Thank God nothing happened. California will be lifted out of the cold. It won't be lifted out of the cold this summer when it comes to Lady Gaga's North American Arena tour. The singer announced Tuesday that she will be bringing her Mayhem Ball to Los Angeles for 4 nights and San Francisco for 3 shows. These 7 added concerts will take place at the Golden State in late July and early August, not long after the U.S. leg of her international outgoing kicks off in Las Vegas, Gaga will perform at San Francisco's Chase Center on July 22nd through the 24th and 26th, followed by her fourth night stint at LA Kyer Forum, which takes place July 28th through the 29th and August 1st through the 2nd. Pamela Anderson is once again ready for the stage following the success of a turn of her last Showgirl. The actress will return to the stage at a revival of Tennessee Williams' Camno, that's Camno Reel, at the Williamstown Theater Festival. Anderson will play. She will be joined by Nicholas Alexander Travis, who's a soap opera star as well, who gained viral fame for his role in Monsters. She played in the Lyle and Eric Mendez story, as well as Whitney Park. And the play will be directed by Dustin Wills and will be overall ensemble of 15 actors. Birthdays today: rapper Sexy Red is 27, actress Emma Watson is 35, actress Claudia Cardinal is 87 years old today, and country bluegrass singer the late Roy Clark is 92, and the late actress Elizabeth Montgomery is also 92. And that's what's happening. Happy birthday to the ones who are with us. We say happy birthday to you. And of course, we are not going to forget the people who are no longer with us, Roy Clark and Elizabeth Montgomery. You're no longer with us, but we still remember you and we celebrate you. And if you happen to have a birthday coming up pretty soon, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We'd like to know about it. You could either get on the air and do it yourself as well, right? Get out here and wish yourself a happy birthday. But we'd like to share it if you have a birthday coming up, and you can get in touch with us by email or telephone number. I'm going to give you the email address first. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now remember, you can call not only for your birthday, you can use the telephone number 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year as the email address as well. And when you contact us, you can contact us for various reasons. Your birthday, of course. You may have another celebration, or you may know of some kind of event that's going on that you would like to for us to push here. We can do that as well. Or maybe you want to talk about the show. Maybe you have plans, or maybe you think you may have some kind of plan that will work for the show, and you would like to relay it to us. We would be glad to hear from you. We're always listening to everything that you have to say. And of course, we'll try to implement it if you could possibly do that. Okay. And all kinds of things, bar mitzvahs, weddings, anything that you want us to talk about, or even just to say hi. It doesn't matter. Just use it. Be proactive and keep the information wherever you can keep it, preferably in your electronic equipment, such as your cell phone or your computer, whether it's laptop or desktop. You can do that as well. So keep that information, because anytime you might need it, it's right there for you at your disposal. So let me give you that email address once again. The email is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. The telephone number once again is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. If you didn't watch Talkback Live last night, we talked about a couple of things, and here's something that's, I guess, worth talking about that we mentioned on the show last night. Now, some weeks ago, if you remember, I told you that the Voice of America, which is also known as the VOA, which is a radio station outlet, was going to be put off the air. Now, that was supposed to take place last month, the very last day of last month, the 31st of March. And I am happy to tell you that the Voice of America is still on the air, servicing what they did for the past 80 years, servicing the country all over the world. They're still intact. You know that they're owned by the government, and FOTUS had threatened to cancel or demolish the VOA to save government money. All right. Now, you got to know that the Voice of America is a very important outlet. It served, as I said, for 80 years, and it also served 49. They served people broadcasting in 49 different languages, including English. And they broadcast news information, and they reached weekly 136 million people worldwide. And they're still doing that. And we thought that we were going to shut down. They were supposed to shut down on the 31st, and we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if they were going to go all music or whatever they were going to be doing. But as of now, they're still intact. Nothing's going on with them. They're still intact, and they're using. I discovered the Voice of America when I was in high school. Being a radio buff, I found them on shortwave radio. I don't know if shortwave radio exists anymore. I don't think there's any need for shortwave radio anymore, being that we have the internet and all broadcasts could be found on the internet, such as the VOA, which a long time ago was done shortwave. But now that we have the internet, they're all over the world on the internet, and you can find them. You can still tune into them, and they'll still be broadcasting in all of those marvelous 49 languages that people depend on. And people did depend on it, even the military people, because that's how they got their news. They depended on those radio broadcasts, and thank God it's still alive, it's still here, and we hope that it will remain here. Now, the other thing that we wanted to talk about is NPR. That's another outlet. Now, they threatened to demolish that or put that away. That's a very important outlet too, because people all over the country relies on NPR as well. They bring you the updated news. It's not commercial, and it's government funded, and they wanted to put that away to save the government money. All right, so far that's intact. And if you remember, FOTUS had banned NPR and the Associated Press from the White House. Remember that? They wouldn't let them come into the White House to cover the news like the other medias did. And the reason why they didn't do that is because of how they said that they didn't want to use the term Gulf of America, and they wanted to keep it Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the federal judge ordered that the White House had the Associated Press, let the Associated Press and other media like NPR, journalists go to the White House, into the Oval Office, and cover everything immediately, cover news, events. And the reason why, again, they were ruling that they were unlawful by blocking the news services in a dispute over a choice of words. And in this case, the choice of words, not using the terminology voice, the Gulf of America. So he signed I guess, one of his famous executive orders saying that it's no longer the Gulf of Mexico, it's the Gulf of America. But NPR and Associated Press didn't see it that way. And that's why they were banned from the White House. But ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is, like it or not. And you can't stop people for saying, not using the terminology Gulf of America just because he signed an executive order. You know, no executive order in the world will control your mind or your thinking, or you're wanting to say the Gulf of Mexico. So, but thank God that the court said, okay, that's a violation. We have to have these people back to cover the news like any other news media. So that's what they did. So, FOTUS, you lost again. And you're losing a lot in the court. And by the way, just for the record, It's the Gulf of Mexico. And so what you're going to have to do if you want to get rid of me is you're going to have to go through my boss. And guess who my boss is? Me. And I'm not going to fire me. Okay? So there you go. Also, another thing changed too. I love when this guy blinks because when he blinks like that, you know that it's hope for America. He makes a complete turnaround because remember when he was going to fire Jerome Powell, who by the way is the Federal Reserve chair. He was going to fire him, and now he made a complete turnaround, and now he's not going to fire him. And he said in a statement that he never had any intentions of firing him. Yeah, right. Gaslighting, gaslighting, gaslighting. Right. All right. Things has gotten so bad, and then he's turning around, and now we have the tariffs. We have the tariffs, of course, right? Which, by the way, they're saying that in the next week or two, you might see some of your shelves of the places that you shop with empty shelves, which brings me back as a flashback from when we had the pandemic. Remember those empty shelves when we had the pandemic? So they're talking about it. But this is the guy that said, we're going to lower the price of groceries. So much for the lower price of groceries and so much of the firing of Jerome Powell, such as so much of the abolishment of the Voice of America, VOA, and NPR, so much for that. Okay? And so many things that, and so much of the promise that he kept, as I said, for the groceries and all of that, and ending the war in 24 hours of installment of being president of the United States. And here we are, coming up to 100 days. We're in the 96th day, and this is supposed to be the honeymoon period. We're into the 96th day, and all of those promises that were supposed to be kept to you guys who spend your money on groceries, and all of those things, and promising you the end of the war, it's still going on. So happy trails. Thank you so much. God bless you. But I'm glad that all of these people are still, and I'm glad that Jerome Powell is still going to be working. And let's keep in mind that that we're still not out of the woods. There's a lot of things going on. The recession, there's always room, and these tariffs that who knows, they may be reverted as well. But in the meantime, if it keeps going, like they say it will keep going, then we're heading for a recession. Now, look at my head. Look at my head. If you don't know what a recession is, look at my head. That's a recession, which means receding hairline, receding recession. That's a recession, okay? And we want to try to avoid that, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being along with us. Now, I don't have any movies this week on Turner Classic Movies because I didn't find anything that I thought that was like really worth talking about this week, although I'm not saying that they weren't. But you can go to Turner Classic Movies and go there and check out some of the movies. Go there, Turner Classic Movies, and go to the program guide and find something that you may possibly like. I just didn't pick them because they weren't my picks of the week, so I didn't have a pick of the week. And but I do recommend something on CNN. If you have the CNN app, if you have cable, then it's no problem. On the CNN app, there's a documentary that I would like you to watch, and a lot of you probably seen it already. It's called Luther, Never Too Much. It's a great documentary of Luther's life and his musical life. And that's on there. It's a very great documentary, and I think you might like it, so check it out. But for those of you who want to check out more movies, if you go on Turner Classic Movies, go there, do the program guide, and check it out and see what you got going there. All right, because there may be a lot of, even though I may not have mentioned them, you can still check it out and see other movies that may possibility of tickling your fantasy or your fancy. But in the meantime, check out that documentary. It's called Luther Never Too Much. You can see it on the CNN if you have the CNN app available. It's easy to get the CNN app on your devices. Okay, check it out. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. My day is over. I am set. My weekend is officially underway, and yours will be too as well. But we're going to be back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp is going to be along with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update, and we look forward to that. Other than that, meet me back here next Friday at 10 a.m. for more of the Coffee Hour. Brian Camp will be here with sports as well. And of course, we hope that we don't have those technical problems that we very rarely get anyway. Thank God for that. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day and a great weekend, and we'll catch you back here pretty soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye now.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.